Hello everyone, this is Ethan with SDMetal. We're in the back aisle of NAMM currently. We're with Shawn Drover of Defiance. How's it going today, man?
Good. This place is a zoo.
Ain't that the truth?
Yes, it is. It's fun though. Good fun.
Yeah. Anything you're looking forward to checking out or already checked out at NAMM so far?
You know what? For me, I can pretty much do everything I want to do in one day. I've been coming here for years, and I've learned as I get older that I can't hang with this for 4 days straight. You know, trashed at night and waking up and trying to be a responsible musician doing interviews and stuff. So I actually have not had a drink at this now, which is quite amazing. So, but no, I've done everything today. Today's my first day here, and yesterday we did an award show in Santa Ana with Defiance. So our day was pretty busy doing that. So I've only got the chance to come here today. So it's really great.
That's good. Yeah. So you know, for plans for Defiance, you already announced a tour coming up. So,
yeah.
And for all of you in Southern California, you're playing at the Slide Bar.
Yeah, we start Thursday. We're right up the road. Right? Was it like 10, 15 minutes from here, something like that?
It's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a free show on Thursday, so anybody who's around, you have no excuse not to go.
Exactly.
It's free, so.
Yeah. You got all your dates posted up online. We'll post them on our website as well, so people know what's up with that. And, you know, so for Defiance, is there any other plans you have other than that tour coming up?
We want to tour. What we're doing. We announced we're doing I think 7 or 8 shows with Hatebreed in June, and the Northeast actually starts in my hometown where I was born and raised, Montreal, Canada. We go to Toronto and we play in the Northeast and stuff. So it's 8 shows, I think it is, with those guys. So we're excited about that. And we have other stuff brewing that's not official yet, but once it is, we'll announce it, of course, like we always do through our social media and stuff. We want to tour as much as we can, you know, to promote the record. Ultimately, that's what you have to do nowadays, which is fine by me because that's the way it used to be when I was young anyway. So, you know, that's why we always encourage everybody to come out. That's ultimately the one thing you can't steal. You can't steal a live performance. You can steal a record, which sucks, but going to a live concert is still an experience, and you know, we hope that the younger generation gets back into it.
Yeah, we caught your show at Brick by Brick in San Diego, and it was absolutely killer. So, yeah. So definitely, if you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely need to. It's a killer show. But, so other than that, I'm guessing there's not real plans for the record yet. You're kind of just focusing on this one.
For a new record?
Yeah.
Oh God. No, you know what? We're talking about, I've actually got some riffs that I worked on actually on the last break we just had over the Christmas holidays. I've got a couple of ideas that I put down on tape and stuff. But yeah, we need to start talking about that because we don't want to have too much of a gap between records. It seems the attention span, there's so many metal bands out now that can be put out through the internet, whether they're signed or not. It's like almost like overload, metal overload, if there is such a thing, you know what I mean? And so it's like, we don't want to wait too long between records, you know. We haven't talked about it yet, but me and the guys definitely need to start having a plan for that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, okay, we need to tour up to this point, we need to write the record during that time so we can go, I'd like to go right from the road to the studio or being close to being ready to go in the studio so we're not wasting a lot of time, you know what I mean? And then again, put the record out and do the whole thing all over again, except, you know, slowly build, you know, the more records you have, the more music you have to play. We only have, you know, 10 songs to play right now, so we're not playing a 3-hour set, you know, but as the records come out, it'll be much easier for us to, you know, have a longer show and all that stuff. So we don't want to wait too long between records.
Just to stay constant, relevant, keep this set list longer.
Stay in people's faces ultimately, you know what I mean? Again, I think with all the metal bands that are out there, there's just so many of them that it's easy to forget, oh, those guys, you know, oh yeah, I got a record 3 years ago. I don't want to make that mistake of forgetting about it or just, you know, because something, the other 10 bands are putting out records in, you know what I mean?
Right.
We don't want to fall by the wayside. We want to keep this going and in subsequent fashion. So.
Yeah. With being with Defiance, is it kind of like a refreshing thing for you just to be able to play these smaller venues now and be more intimate?
I mean, look, I've played everything from Yankee Stadium down to clubs, and to me, as long as the band has a good night and the people like it, that's what matters to me. I've played really big crowds in the past where the crowd was kind of like, kind of iffy. So it's like you're initially all jacked up about it, but you leave the stage going, what's up with that? You know, it could be like at a festival or whatever the case may be. Sometimes not everybody's always into it. That kind of leaves you with left me with kind of like an empty feeling. You know what I mean? With a big crowd. So you would think that everybody's, oh yeah, it's got to be 50,000 people and up. And for me, it's not true because I've done it all. I've done all the different scenarios. You know what I mean? Hockey arenas, amphitheaters, stadiums, and smaller places. I like theaters. I love playing in theaters. So and played lots of clubs as well. So again, I think it's a matter of, if we have a good night and we feel good about what we did and the crowd dug it too, then that's what matters to me the most at this point.
Definitely, it's a good way to look at
it.
Also, just looking back, like when you started drumming, what was your main reason to pick up drumming? Was there a big influence somewhere?
Yeah, Rush. My brother brought home a record called All the Words of Stage, which was Rush's first live record. It came out in 76, I think, 76 or 77. And my brother bought it home though in 1978. Yeah, because I was 12. And I was already listening to rock and really enjoying rock just as a listener. But that record made the transformation between listener who loves rock to, hey, this is what I want to do. Now I want to become a musician. And my brother had already started playing guitar. My older brother was playing guitar. My father played guitar. And I just thought, and I ended up playing guitar too. I've been playing for 35 years, but I gravitated towards drums. Probably subconsciously, I probably thought, well, look, if I play drums, then I could be in a band with my brother, and it's a lot easier than to have two guitar players.
Right, and that eventually happens.
Yeah. So I'm glad I did it. But that record was what made me want to become a musician. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
A lot of people start that way, so
sure.
It's a good place.
Sure.
So with Active Defiance as well, if you had the open option to book 3 other bands to tour with you, who would you choose?
Oh God. God, that's a really. I mean, look. I've played a lot of shows with Metallica. They were so great. Personally, I really enjoyed that. Obviously, playing Metallica, great. But then it goes, Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. The good thing about me is I've already toured with all these bands, played shows with all these bands, but. Ultimately, for Active Defiance, I would love to tour with Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. But then there's a lot of younger bands that I on a bit of a smaller scale, I'd love to tour with. Machine Head, Control the Bodom, Gojira is a band I really love. Meshuggah. I've really been heavily into Gojira for the past couple of years now. I just find their music extremely refreshing and extremely original, which I really like. Those guys are on their own. Them and Meshuggah, those two bands to me, they have their own thing going, and I really dig that because they're so original and they're not catering to any kind of musical trend or anything. They're not trying to follow a trend. They're not trying to. I don't think they're trying to set a trend. I think they're just doing what they're doing, which is really great. But something I wanted really to do with Active Defiance was when Chris and I started that band, the rule we had was, as long as it was metal, that's all that mattered. We could have written a record of 10 death metal songs. We could have written a record of 10 old school metal songs, 10 progressive metal songs. But we wanted to have kind of carte blanche. As long as it was heavy, then that's all that mattered. Of course, it must have to be good. Of course, I don't want to limit myself or put myself into a category that someone else tries to define us as. If you listen to our record, you really can't say, oh, they're a thrash band, or they're a old school band, or they're a progressive. We're all of those things. To me, we're just we're a heavy metal band. That's all I want us to be. Whether somebody wants to put us in some kind of a subgenre box, I really don't care. I'm never going to, with the stuff that we write in the future, I'm never going to be concerned about what somebody else thinks I should write, or it's going to be what I want to do. If I write a song, it's going to be what I want. I've been doing this for over 30 years, so I know what, you know what I mean? As long as it's metal, that's what matters. It's me, ultimately.
It's just a creative project where you just do what you want.
Yeah, I don't do it to try to be super popular or a cool band. I don't care. If it gets to be that, that's fantastic. But I want to do it I want to do it the real way, organically. It's something that I really believe in, instead of trying to sell records because the record company tells you you should write this kind of music or any of that crap. I think I would never do that for what I do, my music. I won't do that. Luckily, we're with a great label who gives us the creative freedom to do, and they know we're going to make a rap metal record, which is all they care about. So it's nice to have you with a label who doesn't pressure you to try to do something to sell more records for them, so they can gain from it. You know what I mean? So for us, it's we do it the way we want to do it, and that's what matters. That makes us happy.
Thank you again, Shawn, for taking the time out to do this.
Appreciate it.
Check out Active Defiance. They're out on the road right now. There's new records out on Metal Blade Records, so definitely pick that up. You don't want to miss that. And this is Ethan with SDMetal signing off.